way to like take away the hype, you know.
It is. I mean, hitting us hard with Naga Siren, understandably so. They've shown us how flexible they can be in terms of a draft and lineup, switching around players and their positions, and of course the success rate. If it is indeed GH's Naga, he's been amazing on this hero. He has won games where it's been big comebacks. You know, these have been games where a lot of pressure has been put on Liquid, but they know how to amazingly just secure the place for this Naga Siren and make it work.
And Miracle's shown a great ability to adapt to playing like a 4-position role when it's needed for the team if they're going to put GH on the Naga. So very pesky hero. It kind of felt like you got to that last pick and it's like, well, there's not much to pick here for Ice. Abaddon's probably the best against the side of the Lifestealer, but it's not good against Naga strats in general. It's not really an Ice hero, but it was the best pick for the draft, and I still feel like Liquid have the better draft. They come in as favorites. It's going to be really tough at Faceless.
Absolutely. I mean, Faceless, as we've heard kind of talking behind the scenes, always a lot of confidence from this team. That is something that they certainly don't lack there. They've got the mindset for this sort of match, but best of one against Liquid. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Get ourselves in. I believe we did see, on the chat. GH indeed on the Naga. We're going through the side of Faces first, though. Of course, Black on Slug. Jams will be playing that Ember Spirit. And here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Ice. Of course, targeted very heavily in the drafting stage, but will get himself that Abaddon. XY. You got to feel confident for him. He is on his Spirit, and that is something that he's been showing us. He can play very well. Certainly has stepped up his performance this lap.
Haven't seen much of Kuro's Disruptor, but Magnus a staple. Miracle, there we go. Full position sliders coming out with GH handling the mid Naga Siren, and that will, of course, leave Matu on Lifestealer. Hero who's played quite a lot of, not necessarily like his most played hero by any means or like a signature hero of his, but definitely something he can play very well, and that will suit this draft just fine.
Absolutely. So settle yourself down, ladies and gentlemen, for this final best of one of the day. Myself and Gods will be walking through it, and we wouldn't be able to do it, of course, without our observers as Scriff and the boys on this game. So here we go. So Faceless with their lineup, there's already kind of addressed by the panel some worries with it. What's the plan here for Faceless? They have this Slug. How do they get him out of control?
Do okay in the lanes for starters, which already going to be tricky for XY. Gets away. Looked like Kuro held on to his skill there, maybe considering a glimpse. And Faceless do not get one of the runes, although Ice manages to go in and sneak one. But yeah, going to be a tough lane for the Ember Spirit especially. It looks like Slider's going to be roaming around, very active in the lane. Potentially Disruptor can look to make moves as well. But I think the lanes is kind of the first key point for them. Magnus want to zone him out, prevent him from getting much out of the lane, getting Slark free farm, getting Slark involved at the earliest possible stage of this game to me is one of the kind of key points for Faceless, because I don't want this game to drag. Slark will not scale into the late game against a Naga.
Yeah, no, it's going to be interesting to keep a keen eye on the rotation from XY
doing
as
some
well.
pulls. Not sure if he was. Looks like he missed that one.
Yeah, didn't grab any creeps that time around there on the top lane. That's why I tried to make something happen. As she said, this bottom lane, nuts. Trying to do his best job to keep mind control away from Black, make sure that the Slug has the space required. Mid lane, it's Jabs versus GH matchup. Already trying to get a bit of harassment down. I mean, Ember Spirit versus the Naga straight up. We know there's mid heroes that have trouble kind of dealing with the illusions and such. Is the Ember Spirit one of them? Is this going to be a tough lane for Jabs?
It's okay for him. Both players should get some alright farm here. I don't imagine Jabs will get pressured out or anything. He can always just pop a Flame Guard when the illusions come out if he wants to try and clear them a bit. And those illusions at least give it a small fraction of gold early on.
Top lane, Miracle and Kuroki, handing a bit heavy-handed onto Ice.
That's the good news. Ice will keep both supports busy. Ooh, wow, yes. Very early kill there. The Slark able to chomp him down with the early Essence Shift. 6 stacks picked up, so I imagine just traded a few too many hits. Slark's one of the few heroes that actually trades hits against Paul Mansfield's better than most carries because he is stealing those stats. And early on, losing your HP to the Essence Shift can be a big deal. And he doesn't have a TP back to lane, so Miracle actually TP's bottom just to make sure no one misses out on that free XP and theoretically a couple of CS, although he doesn't get those ones under the tower.
And of course, this is obviously good news for Jabs in that mid lane, meaning that he's not having to worry about the Slardar's rotation at this current moment in time with that movement down towards the bottom.
Good news for top lane, like less pressure on Ice, more he can get out of the lane, so all across the board, that's a big first blood just because of that TP forced as well.
And then again, Jabs coming out from the invis with that Flame Guard and poking GH back. 12 for 4 against the 11 for 1. Very, very close at the moment in this mid lane.
This is definitely a big comfort here for Jabs, and there's good reason why Faceless first stage this hero, which isn't being picked all that much.
Top lane, ice with the shield and the TP out heal. Be a little more fortunate than Liquid's offlaner earlier, as Mind Control's suffered with that play, but it works out for the Abaddon. Ice back to base safely.
Yeah, talked about how important this lane stage will be for Faceless, and at least the lanes themselves have proven to be very stable for them, finding a first blood, not really succumbing to any early Slatter rotation, so has led to a good start for them. Magnus already feeling like he needs to rotate into the jungle, and does mean they're going to kind of split the farm more, like Magnus can get some levels and XP there. And then, wow, GH.
That mid lane, GH playing on the very edge. Does have that Fairy Fire that he can slightly rely on. Yeah, and Bottle's just making his way out. Yeah, looks like he's going to shrine up as well with Kuro.
And both players will go through their shrines early on here, but that's fine. That's what they're there for. And close but no cigar. GH probably knew what he was doing there.
Looking at the two safe lanes at the moment, both getting pretty good farm. Timmerman 17 for 2, Black 19 for 4.
Yep.
Difference in the offlaner situation, though, of course, being Ice. Indeed, did find and just a bit of a better time, and he's getting farm himself up there. Yeah,
he's just uncontested experience from the lane. He hasn't been bullied out of this lane one bit whatsoever. Level 3.5 or so. Early phase boots coming likely for him, so this has been a very, very effective start for him, whereas Magnus going down, being forced back in the jungle. And it's just the worst thing. When you die as an offlaner in that position while you're trying to TP out, it sucks because you can't TP to lane. So that lane pushes to your tower and you just miss like 8 creeps worth of experience. We saw it in an earlier game as well. You're going to make that walk of shame. The Slatter TP's there, so it's at least not wasted XP.
Oh, top lane, look at this Ice trying to set up for the bait as XY comes rolling in with a 2-man boulder smash. Kuroki out, Matumba falling low, Kuro's down. Matumba looking for a kill in return, will take down Ice. At the same time, down bottom, Miracle managed to get close in personal, taking down Nuts still. Top lane, the chase continues, but they don't have anything else to throw in under the tower. Matumba will survive, but he is going to have to take that long trek back to base.
Ends up, yeah, if not for Matu getting so low and having to leave the lane, it probably would have been a bad 1-for-1 trade with Lifestealer getting a solo kill, but considering he's now out of the lane, I guess Disruptor's now. Disruptor alone is actually very vulnerable.
And look at this aggression from XY. Will immediately glimpse back the Earth Spirit, but Ice will stick in Disruptor's face and make sure that they are able to take down Kuroki. XY already making the crucial plays that his team needs him to.
Probably not the hero you wanted to glimpse back there, but you're getting dived. You got to glimpse someone, and Kuro goes down. Jabs now kind of with free control over this mid lane, as it seems, yeah, Naga's going to pull back, try and use the jungle as well as the lane as much as possible. And Jabs, your best thing here is to try and shove the lane, keep pressure onto the tower, keep GH honest, keep him in the lane so he's not just farming away in the jungle and also getting the lane farm. You want to make it so that if he goes in the jungle, he's going to miss CS in the mid lane.
I mean, we've seen XY pulling off these successful rotations. I mean, can we expect to see Kuro starting to get a little active, or is it only Miracle that can move? Does Kuroki have to stay in Matumba?
Doesn't seem likely. Ice.
In trouble there. Matumba just straight up diving the tower. Ice will look for the juice. Can he pull them off? He's trying to make his way around the tree line with the Thunder Strike. And also Miracle came around just in case he was required. Indeed, Kuroki and Matumba having enough tools to take down Ice as he was getting a little bit greedy, hanging around in lane on a very, very low health.
And using the shield and showing he had no mana. Once you've been shielded, open wounds can come out. So even though Matu's happy to go on you with that.
Once again, it's smoke up from the boys on Faceless to set up an attempt on the life of Mind Control. Does still have the skewer. And with a smash and the roll already used, he'll be able to get himself out away. Yep. Just a little too tanky there for the two supports to deal with.
It's kind of even things up over the offlaners. Those deaths on Ice has made things a bit more even, but you can see kind of the pressure on the carries leading to Slack having a bit more farm than Lifesteal, but still very even early game. And I think that's where you're happy if you're Liquid. You're playing the Naga strat. You've got the Slatter Lifestealer bombs coming later. You've got plenty of strong mid-game tools.
Bottom lane, wrap around from Black. And a play from XY to set it up. XY could be in trouble though, as Mind Control looking to find a kill in return, and with the skewer slow, he should do so. One more touch will do it. No, the stick charges keep XY alive. And in fact, he's going to be able to roll himself away into the hands though of GH. GH looking to finish off the kill. He's going to try for the deny. It's not going to work, XY, so they will get him in the end.
And Miracle got a kill on the Crystal Maiden. Miracle TP'd in, ignored what was going on to the north, found the CM kill. So 2 support kills in return. Good response from Liquid, punishing the dive, and all it was for a disruptor. So, while it's nice for Black to get that kill for him and his team, it doesn't really amount to a huge gain or win for Faceless.
Meanwhile, in the mid lane, Jabs continuing to try and force the pressure in. Kuro's there to pick up the levels.
Straight travels, no veil, kind of suggesting more late game oriented play, and also just wanting that global ganking option. But Veil's one of those items where if you're thinking you're gonna win early mid, you go for it. But
bottom lane, Mind Control and Miracle coming in, looking for nuts, but the rotation from Black and XY in response, looking to find something and then in fact they're gonna get Miracle by looks of it. No, the stomp, the crush holds him back. Miracle will be fine. Nuts still being chased down. Can Black pick up the kill in return? Mind Control has the skewer. And they're going to be able to hit a smash or such. They've got the smash back available. He'll try for the shot, but Mind Control just to get himself out. Black continuing to try and close, goes for a pounce, won't make it.
So
and Mind Control, yeah, getting himself back to safety. And of course, as we saw earlier, Miracle also escaping what looked like a potential for Faceless to turn it around.
Break some of those illusions, but still had a very successful early game here on the Ember. He is level 8, so this is where you'd hope for Jabs to perhaps get active in a side lane, but I think Jabs is telling his team, I'm waiting for a good rune. This is where rune control can be very important. A haste or an invis, haste particularly on an Ember Spirit, can open up kills around the map. He doesn't really want to leave this lane knowing that there's a Naga free farming. If you start playing too gank heavy, Naga's going to pull ahead on farm and never look back. So Jabs has prioritized his own farm over rotating so far, but potentially can change with a key rune, potentially will change with the boots of travel. For now, there's just nothing Faceless can do to contest the Naga's farm in that jungle and in that mid lane. Another
rotation here from Faceless as they group up. Is going to be able to find Miracle. Let's see if he can get himself away this time, and it doesn't look like he can. With the stun control that Faceless have, this time they'll be able to punish Miracle's rotation.
Yep. Still a lot of space being made by Miracle, and he's still got the basic items despite like how active and present he's been in that kind of dire area, just the raindrops, the tranquils. He hasn't started towards his blink, but we're going to reach a point where he'll be given a lane. Martu may head to the jungle, Slada can take over that safe lane, perhaps around that armlet timing, so not the easiest lane to take over. Dealing with an Abaddon is pretty miserable, but we're seeing Faceless basically take the approach that they're going to fight the Naga Siren greed with mostly their own greed.
I mean, I was seeing when Mind Control was in ahead. There was a smoke up, obviously, for Faceless in that mid lane. Mind Control, he has RP. He's just picked up an Invis rune as well.
That's
I mean, if he comes here for the counter play, but it looks like Miracle's actually going to meet the play head on as the smoke straight into the Slada. They'll get Miracle. Second time in quick succession, pretty much.
Skewering the tower,
Can he do something big? He's going to go straight for Jazz. Oh, no! I mean, on the plus, no! He's going to get out. No!
What? Okay. He got glimpse.
He did get glimpse. A little weird because he was standing still.
Yeah,
He was like, hang on.
Yeah.
He got glimpsed. He got glimpsed on spot.
Yeah.
I was like, hang on. TP?
TP lol.
But there we have it. They got it. They got the kill nonetheless. In fact, top lane as well. Matuma Man panning up and XY's on the sidelines.
He needs an infest.
Oh, there we have it.
Oh, that was barely in time. XY tried to silence him.
So close. And Matuma Man survives, and of course I mean, it's not the nicest of lanes to farm him, but he's still hitting the creeps and he's getting the solo XP up there.
Yep.
So I don't think Matuma Man will be too annoyed with how this laning stage has gone.
Should feel pretty good. Yeah, Abaddon, one of the more annoying offlaners to deal with. You just can't zone him with like 2 heroes most of the time, and you see Miracle moving around the map on the bottom side of the map in the enemy jungle. So he's kind of stabilized. This is a stage of the game where I feel like Liquid might try and prioritize that Slada blink a bit more. Alternatively, they may just be like, hey, who cares about Slada's blink timing? We got a Naga free farming. Let's just have Miracle keep running it. Then we can get a 20-minute blink and we don't care. But you really need to be able to enable your lifesteal. And I feel like one of the blink daggers. So if not the Slada blink, prioritize the Magnus blink. Get a blink online so you can start doing some infest bombs. And then you can create more space for your Naga. Open up the map, take towers. Any towers you take pushes the lanes, gets you access to the enemy jungle, makes there just a lot more resources and farm on the map, and Naga can pull even further ahead.
On top lane again, Ice going in onto Matuma Man. Miracle is there. They're going to look to turn, but his face is here with the response. It's not quick enough though. They lose the Abaddon. Liquid again. Getting away with these players up top. Matuma now on the killing spree. With that armlet done as well, he's going to get harder and harder for Faceless to punish.
It's a very, very annoying hero to verse the offlane because of how tanky he is, and that's like suits Ice, but don't feel like he's played all over Baton because he's died now 3-4 times. It has been a bit of a rough lane for him with these rotations coming in, and Matu getting these kills on him. These add up. These is getting Matu a lot of farm, and Abaddon is still farming. Like, Ice is not just dying and getting nothing out of this lane. He's getting good farm out of the lane. He's out farming the Magnus, but it's more the fact that he's accelerating Matu's progression. He has a good ultimate.
This man is in a lot of trouble. The TP will come through, but Ice indeed getting chased down. Or juke it out through the tree line, and now Matuma Man could be in trouble. Jabs looking to hunt him down here. And with the burst there of the ultimate, bringing him low, Matuma Man's got to get himself out of range and go off with the armlet toggling. And it looks like it may just save him here. Jabs unable to chase on him. Matuma Man getting away with this play.
It looked like he missed the Searing Chain Slight combo there, which is a bit unfortunate. Hard to hit them on a single target in Fog, but something you'd expect Jabs to land. And Faceless making room though. Black wanting this tower. This will get him very close to the Shadow Blade, but needs to really respect the Disruptor ultimate. It looks like the pings coming suggests Faceless are not going to die for this tower. They can wait, regroup. They've got the vision there with the ward, and they're not going to play around it. Really good Radiant vision here at the bottom tower in the enemy jungle, so they can see the Naga farming. They can also see and protect their Slack in the safe lane, and also have vision around the mid lane. Like, every kind of key spot currently is warded for them.
And it certainly feels like this Naga. I mean, there's something needs to be done more than just watching him, as GH is very close to the relic, top of the net worth, and it's not going to get any better for Faceless if they're unable to stop him at this stage.
Perhaps just banking on this, the ability to scale themselves. They've got 3 cores that scale well to the late game. Embers rush the Boots of Travel, so as mentioned, this is a less of a fighting build than the Veil. Like, Veil is like, you want to fight now, you want to really do a ton of damage, but can they get Miracle?
Again,
They know he's likely alone up here. This is the stage of the game where you're like, all right, Liquid are sending their full position to take the safe lane to get his blink. Let's punish this.
Well, if XY can get the connection, which indeed he can, they should be able to find this one. Miracle has one crush to hold them, but here we have the follow through from Jabs. And again, they will find the kill. And they'll turn it into this tier 1 push as well, especially with Black turning up as well in the neighborhood. Getting closer and closer to that Shadow Blade.
Good call from Black. Get out of that safe lane. Your team are making an aggressive move up top. Bottom lane is not safe for you. You're going to get more farm in your jungle. Even go for that gank, go for that tower. His team doesn't need him, so he's in the jungle. They get the tower without him, and that Shadow Blade will come up very fast as a result. Does feel like for Liquid, they've been somewhat restricted in their options because these blinks have come out fairly slow. They're going to have one now on the Magnus with that tower. It's not terrible timing, 15-minute blink dagger, but Lifestealer hasn't been able to get kills outside of the lane. Like, he's been able to kill Ice through some great individual play using just the early phase boots movement speed, but hasn't been able to actually go for any infest bombs. He hasn't had an infest target until a blink's online, and that's going to only happen now. So we'll see if Matu can get active in the other lanes.
Boy, Matu's just seen himself a Crystal Maiden. Oh, yeah. Come here. Come here, little lady. The Ice is there to protect him. No, sir. Get away from my maiden. Matuma Man does not listen. Brings him down, and into the creep he goes for the free ride back home.
Well, can they deny them?
Got to be careful, though, FL. Liquid have mind control with that blink and RP. Where's Matuma Man?
Is he already way out?
He's already out.
Okay. Oh, no.
He took control, and in fact, whoa, there we go with the turnaround. Straight in onto XY. XY will be protected.
Rage is down, though.
Got to be careful. Miracle as well, ready for the fight. Black with the Shadow Blade, looking to try and lead in onto one of the backliners. Will go for the easier kills. Looks towards Kuroki, takes down the Disruptor, but the Static Storm's there into the crush. They're managing to control Black here, bringing him down low. Again, he's still got the Shadow Darts, continuing to fight. The Song's there to stop it all, though.
That was going to be a big CM ultimate. Luckily, the Song was up. Otherwise,
it's a good job, for them. GH turning up there pretty much saved that from being an absolute disaster for Liquid.
That CM ult was going to clean up, and Matu really pushing his hero to the limits there. Getting a lot of damage done, wasting a lot of spells, and did a really good job infesting in his creep, and his team completely left him. Like, the Slatter sprinting away, the Magnus is blinking out of there. If either of those heroes gets caught in a Searing Chains or in a Boulder Smash from that Earth Spirit, it's very bad, because the only way they can save, like, and kind of keep Matu protected while infested is by having those heroes alive, and, well, things will settle down now. GH may not be involved in too many kills, or doing much damage, but that is indeed your job as a Naga Siren at this point.
And mid lane, Boulder Smash will connect onto Matuma Man, and with the chains, bringing him down low. That's that arm there. And of course, full backup from Liquid. Mind control still with the RP. If Faceless are going to want to try and come forward with this, Black potentially waiting to go for a counter initiation if Liquid do go for some sort of a jump. As he hides there the Shadow Blade. Mind control, letting himself be heard. As he will alert Faceless to his presence and just trying to stop this pressure coming out. And it is just creating more and more space for GH.
And like I said, like even though they're going for these occasional moves, these smoke rotations, the overall big picture game plan is to go greed if you're Faceless. You've got the Boots of Travel Rush on Ember, the Radiance, Midas from your Abaddon. Slack is probably one of the heroes that maybe doesn't power farm, but can still play, like, is still going to scale well into the late game and just like look for pickoffs on supports, look to just jungle up with Dark Pack. So we're going to see a farm game out of Faceless. 3 scaling cores. They're just going to accept the fact that they're going to get a very farm Naga on the other side. Lifesteal's a hero that doesn't necessarily scale amazing well the late game. I say that hesitantly because he's got Empower and he's got a Slider to enable him.
For sure, yeah, Empower is
I think he's going to scale all right. Just even though it's a hero that typically gets kited, but he does struggle against heroes like Slack, Ember, these mobile cores. Even heroes like Abaddon because he just ulties. Like you can't actually, none of these cores are good Lifestealer targets.
On mid lane, mind control. Is he going to find the skewer back? Size does have some backup coming through, but man will go for the rage and the chase down. And there's the glimpse. The reposition. Size, make sure they get the kill. Nice static storm as well from Kuroki, just to make sure that there's no reaction possible from Faceless.
It was looking like a potential turnaround if they don't silence the backlines, but Ember split pushing up top. Not going for any kind of a blink RP. Didn't have backup there. Jabs. Gonna go back for the Veil now. Or at least he's queued it up. Interesting little choice. Prioritizing the travels first, but has managed to make some use out of them. Finding those picks around the sides. And we'll see if he commits to that. There we go. He's going to buy the full Veil. And as it stands, Faceless able to continue trying to make some moves with this Shadow Blade.
I'm just really trying to make the players around this area where they have their own sentry.
Yeah, he knows it's can't be warded because of that. He won't be running into a sentry there, but if he goes any further, underneath the tower or above it, he will be running into various sentries that poor Kuro is going to have to continue to buy this game. He gets the GPM talent. You got it.
You got it if you get it. Yeah.
I mean, I think you get it every game. The 100 cast range is not enough to justify. Glimpses already has, I mean, 1800. What's another 100? That's nothing. That's not worth getting. But hopefully the 60 GPM will pay for his sentries this game because he is going to have to buy a lot.
Let's see what they can find with this. Miracle just picked up the Blink Dagger. Ready to go for a big reveal. XY, the closest to the moment the scam will hit. Liquid know that they're on the right course.
Naga illusion expires, so they lose that bit of vision, but they'd love to get a core, but you take the support kills as well. Ember,
Jabs would be a perfect pick here, and there we have straight in with the lead in and the execution. Liquid get exactly what they came for.
Nice quick kill, get out. Easy peasy, and Liquid, while that's going on, Naga farming. No surprise
it's starting
there.
to look scary, the climb, you know, already reaching nearly 2K ahead of Black Slark. And at this pace, with this sort of momentum from both sides, that gap is certainly only going to increase unless Black can start to get himself involved and find those pickoffs. We saw him earlier, just kind of sit around mid. He's backed up back to the farm, trying to take what he can from Liquid's half for the jungle, so we can have that Echo Saber complete and have a little bit more sustainability in these team fights. And they are putting some pressure onto this tier 2 up top, Faceless. Liquid yet to look for any sort of an answer to it, and in fact, looks like they'll just let this one go to Faceless.
It's the vision factor. They want to fight around their wards, not around your opponent's ward. You know that Faceless have taken over your jungle, which means you also know they've gotten wards down, and finding where there's that cliff ward at top is just a recipe for disaster. Slack can easily get into the back lines. Ember can easily find ways to initiate on support, so just not a fight you're interested in. It's a losing battle, even with the pick on the Ember. Ember's got travels. He respawns, he's up there. It's a 5v5.
There we have it. That Echo Saber. Faceless, they really want to make something happen with the Slark in the action.
Yep. Yeah, now they've pushed out that top lane. They're not going to get any more up there. Black's returned, and
he's got to be so careful, though. I mean, Miracle's catch, Static Storm, RP, having to play around these 2 huge AoE ultimates that can cause Yeah, absolute havoc for him. And Black now with the chase down, taking out Kuroki first. Could be big. The sentry will be dropped. Did get the dart packed up, but he's no, he's not trapped. Will manage to make his way out. Shadowknights is there, turns towards Matumba Man, and Jabs jumps across in and out as well, looking to keep mind control on the back of it all. They'll bring down Matumba Man. Miracle in response gets XY, but Jabs wraps around. They'll take it to, they'll get 3. GH couldn't quite get close enough to stop the slaughter. As Faceless will find 3, Black just in time, able to lead in and kick that fight off before Liquid had the full chance to turn it around and get the initiation themselves, which they were so close to, with Kuro heading up to the high ground and trying to throw that sentry down.
That's great play from Black.
Yeah.
He just goes in.
And getting out of the field with that dart pact. Just over the edge of the field,
yeah. Make sure he escapes it so we can get the ulti off, and then he comes back in. And Earth Spirit doing everything he can to help out, throws the Magnetize on the life steal. I'm not sure that was needed to get the kill, but guarantees that against the potential armlet toggles, you want all the damage you can get.
Oh, and a GH kill would be perfect for Faces if they can find it. Boulder Smash to set up. You can already see Miracle making his way down here. He knows that they need to save this Naga Siren. GH, very low mana. Black as well, ready for the cleanup. Straight in onto the Naga Siren. Jabs will get himself out safely. Miracle has no lifestealer with him until now. Matumba Man now ready to gear up. Go for the 2-player combo, and they will find one at least. Straight in, and Jabs is out. Black ready to turn once again. Does have Shadow Dance available. Black very happy to fight at this point of the game. Ice is there as well with backup if required. Black straight in. The Shadow Dance was off just in time, so the RP, it doesn't matter.
Oh, the position from the freezing field, very good as well from Nuts. Doesn't look like they've got a TP cancel though. Nuts has been really on point with his positioning. Every time I see a freezing field come out, I'm very impressed with how he forces a song, he gets off a lot of damage, and, well, Black again continuing to be that very active present carry with how farmed he is.
And he's looking for more. I mean, that fight, again, it could have been more messy for Liquid if Kuro wasn't able to hold back the 2 of them with that static storm.
This is a tough Slark game too, playing against Magnus, Slarda, Disruptor, and he has made it work.
I mean, where does he go next with his items? Do we expect to see an early BKB? Is it worth getting the Silver Edge, you feel?
You want the BKB for sure. I don't know if it's his next item, but you definitely need BKB. This game is just it's always a matter of when. Do you want to get it early and go down to a 5-second BKB? I feel like having a short BKB isn't going to be a big problem in this game. You just want BKB to get out of Static Storm and make it so that you can fight more aggressively into your opponents. But Silver Edge first, get some more stats. Liquid. In the Roche Pit they go. A lot of Radiant Vision around this area.
Yeah, they should be certainly aware, and indeed they are. TPs across are coming.
It's dying fast though.
There's no RP, so Liquid, without one of their big ultimates for this, Ice, ready to lead in. Matumba Man trying to focus down, finish the Roche. The Radiant will get the kill, but Matumba Man did grab the Aegis.
Oh, Static Storm.
The setup is going to be beautiful here as he gets it onto 3. Black trapped in the midst of it all. Sentry is down. Can they actually kill him? No. He got the Shadow Dance off in time. Black survives, turns towards Matumba, takes the Aegis out of his hands, and again, Nuts with these freezing fields in the midst of it all, calling Liquid to just spread. There's the Frostbite onto Matumba. They're looking for the chase down. They've got the Curse of Averna Slow through the magic immunity. Black has to be a little careful. Shadow Dance isn't available, but they can tank it up. The Shrine doesn't matter. Matumba Man to fall as well. And again, Faceless are just playing these team fights that little bit better than Liquid.
I felt like they thought they had to focus. Earth Spirit's a huge problem in these fights, but he's still silenced. Like,
look during at the damage Abaddon did. 5k damage.
Well, okay, that's Radiance for you.
I mean, I guess with prolonged fights, it does add up.
And we saw that earlier with ROTK on the high ground hold against NP. Yeah, Abaddon having a Radiance actually wins this fight.
He just sits there and is, you know, doing the work. But I mean, this setup here. I mean, again, Black.
See the Slark.
They drop a sentry now. They drop a sentry now. Okay, but it's too late. The shield was already out.
Yeah. I'm wondering, like, why did they focus Earth Spirit, not Slark, in the silence? And yeah, they didn't have detection. The sentry was just out of range. If they saw the Slark there, they focus him, they kill it. That's a guaranteed Slark kill in that silence. And the fact he's invis and there's no sentries, that wins Liquid. It may have been close. It may have been like a 50-50 fight because Abaddon's Radiance is a really strong power point for him to be fighting at. But man, that was clutch that Black is invis. He's been amazing this game on his Slark.
He's stepping it up. But at the same time, we've got to remember, this is still a game where GH, top of the net worth. We've seen games, it feels like, that have been in a very bad situation for Liquid when they have this Naga. It's just so hard to write Liquid out of a game when GH is playing the Naga Siren. Yeah, for Faceless, they've still got a hell of a lot to go through if they wish to take this best of one. Top lane. Are we going to see a little bit of a solo kill? It looks like we are. Black finding Miracle out on his lonesome. And another kill to add to his tally. 7-0-5 on this slug so far.
Yeah, Ice will continue to get his items up. Going for an Ags, which is not conventional, well, at least right now. Like the current Abaddon build is more Octarines, Solar Crest, Low Sorbs. Like everything else up until this point is pretty normal, but the Ags is going to look to help out his team. If two or three of his teams get caught in this,
RP,
yeah, you can save the Slark. The damage block is really, really nice. This is much more about protecting the Ember or the Slark if they get jumped on by an Infest Bomb combo or get caught in a Static Storm. If you're in the area, you just pop that ultimate, soak up a lot of the damage.
Nice. Just making some solar pushes down here.
Why not? He's about to hit level 20 is a... Speaking of peaks for Abaddon, that's definitely one of them. That cooldown reduction is crazy.
That's a free tier 2 as well.
Yeah, he's...
okay, backdoor protection kicking back in.
Just kidding.
Very, very low. Liquid... Well, they want to come around here. I mean, Faceless, they do have 4 of them. Now, just deny the tower, but of course now, Faceless taking all out the towers off the map of Liquid.
I'm seeing Naga Illusions placed in such annoying spots. Like, there was one between the tier 1, tier 2 top, one by the tier 3 mid. GH, watching his splits has definitely been great. Have to song TP away from this.
Do have the boulder smash. Oh my goodness, XY from the laning stage onwards. Been pulling off the plays that have really cemented this momentum that Faceless have built upon. And maybe not be done yet. Timmerman will jump out, look towards Jabs, but Jabs, he's got the backup of Ice. The boulder smashes there onto Miracle. Matumba will try for the TP out. Do they have the damage? They don't. He'll get back. I believe he got changed in the base there.
Yeah, he's taking damage.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Kuro dies. That was over there. We'll see that life stealer. TP'd while he got changed, I guess.
They're ready to try and push up for the high ground. I mean, 3 heroes dead on Liquid.
10 Essence Shift, not the greatest, but it's something. And there's 3 cores dead.
You've got the curse.
You don't really want to buy back. Naga doesn't have sleep. That's a level 2 song, so it's quite a long cooldown. A full minute without sleep. They've probably seen that. They're like, wait, this Naga's not level 18. We're fine. They can't sleep us. They've got no song into Static Storm combo.
My goodness. That boulder smash from XY pretty much allowing the sequence of events to happen.
Where was this Faceless in the group stage? They have stepped it up here in the main event. They're such a... This is like the BO1 team, you know. All the big matches they've won in international lands have always been BO1s. They did it at Dota Pit. They haven't won this game, as you mentioned.
Yeah.
It's the Naga
There's
game.
A Naga star, and
it's looking good right now.
Yeah, it really is. This is certainly what... The place that I feel Faceless would have wanted to be. They're 29 minutes in to have this sort of control, as we can see, as we keep mentioning, obviously GH at the top, but then, bam, you've got Black, Ice, and Jabs quickly behind. I mean, Black as well. You've got to consider we're 30 minutes into a game, and this is a Slark that's only 500 gold behind a Naga Siren who had a very good Radiance timing.
That was the key thing. It's 3 cores all getting a lot of farm on the side of Faceless. For Liquid, GH soaks up farm in all 3 lanes. Like, Magnus is dirt poor, 9.5k net worth. Matu is under farm. Like, this is the result of having a Naga in your team, is that your cores do not get as farm. They've also tried to be focused like on going for these rotations, trying to create space for Naga, but at some point you just gotta say, like, we don't need to create space for Naga. She can create space for us. Let Naga create room for Lifestealer, from Mag to actually get some items. They need items for this game to go into the late game. It can't just be the Naga. And there's the armor for the Ember. This is definitely nice. The free plate mail against the Slatter Lifestealer will help a lot in terms of survivability. Gets him up to close to 30 armor now.
Looks like Liquid will be able to get themselves an objective with this push down onto the tier 2. Ice though, Aghanims is now complete.
He's just gonna run in, doesn't really have to be afraid of all too much.
And next team fight could be very hard for them. I mean, how do you play around this Aghanims Abaddon?
Kind of go to ignore him, try catch him in the silence with a +1. Like, you don't want to focus him in the silence, but you want to catch him and then like some other core hero, ideally.
Oh, baited. Fake TP cancel there.
Not sure. There wasn't really any radiant vision.
Yeah, didn't have any vision. I guess it was just.
Okay.
I probably shouldn't TP here into the darkness.
Yeah, it's. I mean, Liquid have held control over this Radiant jungle for some time. Ember at bottom. There's no silence for him, so yeah, Jabs will. Yeah, he slides, he gets out. He's not messing around. And then Liquid show themselves, so they reveal what it looked like Faceless already had a pretty good idea of.
Faceless could try and force them to back up. I mean, these racks are exposed.
Yeah.
Jab seeping in with the boosted travel, yeah. They're going to get a bit of pressure back onto the racks. Look for the permanent range racks damage to at least try and take something.
Going for the range, knowing that they know they're going to get a response here. A song setup is pretty scary. And they're expecting to be repelled, so they're going for the reliable damage. Get a range racks if possible. If not, who cares? It's permanent damage. Back off, farm. Yeah, they're already drawing lines. Push out this bottom lane. Ice is telling his team, and they're circling the jungle, like probably saying, let's deward this, let's farm it. Like right now, I think Faceless don't care if this goes late game, and they should. Yes, Naga is a good late game carry, very annoying. Split pushes the whole map, but if you've got 3 cores against the Naga, you will beat the Naga in late game, and that probably is what it feels like right now. Lifestealer would, if he was on par with Slark and Farm, he'd be fine late game. He gets empowered, he gets the Slaughter amp damage to work with him, but he's struggling. He's struggling to keep up. He's getting a lot of farm taken away because Naga illusions are pushing every lane. That's your job as a Naga, but the end result is that Matu is not finding the farm he needs.
Oh, GH with that Octarine completion. Picks it straight up as well out of hand, 6k gold in the bank. So, I mean, this game, the ultimate test for Faceless, beating this Naga Siren. As we've said, they're certainly building up to the power that's required to be able to do so. But GH's Naga pretty much flawless in the group stage. And here on the main stage, certainly he himself still having a very similar level of performance. Yep. He's had the space. I mean, granted, his team has certainly been creating it for him. And he has not messed up at all. No, with what that space has provided him.
It's been a flawless game. Like I talk about Matu being under farm, like there's no like, oh, it's not like a scenario where, oh, GH gives some farm to Matu. It's like he's meant to be farming kills. That's why Black's so farmed. He's got half the CS of the Naga almost. He had like 220 to Naga's 380 CS or something, you know? But he's been getting kills. He's been active. If Lysel had found like a similar amount of kills and involvement as the Slark, it'd be a very different case in terms of net worth.
Smoke up and go here from the side of Faceless. The line's been drawn, it's straight into the hands of Liquid. Can Liquid get the jump? GH on the front lines pops the song. Only catches the CM though, because on the sidelines, Faceless already trying to chase down Miracle. Miracle still with Matuma his side and blinks away back to safety.
Very split up fight, and Liquid, yeah, they don't want anything to do with it.
Someone needs to help Nuts. I mean, he's got a... Someone really needs to help Nuts. Jabs, he's there. That's what we'll be able to live another day.
Dirty Naga hands off Nuts.
Well, look at these lanes, constantly pressing that bottom lane especially. Yep. Mid lane starting to work back in favor of Faceless. They come down the mid lane black. Let's try and see if we can find something on the back of this.
Not something that, I mean, Faceless can slowly kill it, but last time it was Liquid who forced the fight around it. They're the ones with the Slider Lifestealer, but considering Faceless's map control and their vision, the vision is the big thing here. They've got such good control and high ground wards around the Roche pit, so very difficult for Liquid to maneuver around this area. Slider, yeah, let's say Slider has to have a gem at this stage, but it's a great ward spot. The Cliff ward not being scouted out, not being spotted just yet, and very unlikely to be scouted out unless it's a very uncommon ward spot. We may be seeing more of it after a game like this, because that ward right now is giving tons of info for Faceless. This is giving them full vision of what Liquid are up to.
Might even see the smoke if they go for it. Yeah. They do have one.
Oh my god, that is such an MVP ward.
They do, yeah.
Oh my.
Yeah, absolutely, as you're saying.
Ice will just run at him.
Yep,
he's like,
we know you got to smoke it, boys. Hello.
What's the plan, he says?
I mean, he's going in very YOLO here, Ice.
He's Abaddon.
He's got his axe. He don't care. Jabs, ready to make the fight happen.
Oh, Ice is...
They haven't managed to take Miracle yet. Ice the YOLO is probably not going to pay off. He'll try and run his way away. He's not going to make it. 1 for 1 at the moment. Jabs is trapped in the Static Storm, now Black and XY. The tag team turn up. They'll take down Matuma, turn towards Kuroki, cancelling the TP there with the Searing Chains. And again, Faceless may have lost Ice, but he certainly died for a good cause.
Yeah, he scouted everything. Perhaps a bit too YOLO. It's one of those... Abaddon's such a weird hero to play. You think you're unkillable, and you kind of are for a little while, but Song is a great way to waste the borrowed time. And he's got down to like 50 HP before his ultimate even triggered from some kind of burst damage there, so very close to not even getting his ultimate off, it looked like. But as it stands, they're ready to force the high ground. They want to get back to work on this range
in there. Yeah, range tracks down.
Possibly the melee. There is RP still, and Blink Skewer is pretty damn annoying to push into as well.
Miracle. We'll get the first crush. Very, very slippery. BKB, Shadow Dance, and Silver Edge all available off cooldown. The fortification will come out.
Ooh,
Black questioning whether he can finish that melee Rex, but it looks like they are going to respect the fact that Liquid are back up, and even though they got it so low.
Look at the illusions, the Naga illusions, mid, top, every single wave being skipped here. And
it's holding them in.
I think the backdoor protection was going to kick in at mid, so they actually couldn't continue hitting it once they vacated. And that Rex will heal back up, so not the end of the world. I mean, for Faceless, they're still perfectly happy. They're winning the fights, they're getting the kills. They took a range Rex. It's still some money. It's not really a key objective. Like, the lane push is pretty unnoticeable. Even a melee Rex at this stage wouldn't be a big deal because you're versing a Naga, but it's progress and it's further farm for them.
But as we said, they really need to kill this Naga. They cannot push whilst GH is allowed to do this.
They've had some, I mean, they've had some really nice pickoffs on her with that long-range boulder smash.
Black lead in.
Whoa.
Will disperse the smoke of Kuro. Just comes out. Immediate blink back from Miracle. Just in time as well before the missed call connects.
Black pings out where the wards are. He's scouted them now, so they should be able to swoop in and de-ward that pretty easily, but very tense around this Roche pit. Liquid want to try and get a pick so they can secure it for themselves.
Now Black's going to try and play his way around this vision that he knows is there towards the north.
Miracle's just like, I do not want to go on this Abaddon.
Yeah, both teams, I mean Liquid especially, being very careful about how they initiate. GH does now have his butterfly as well, so I mean, as we keep saying, this Naga Siren now 6k ahead of the Slark. It's getting bigger and better, that difference for GH, that lead that he has.
Definitely. Oh, escapes just in time from the... I thought he had a Shadow Blade, but that's a very poor slider as well. We talked about how the Matu and Mind Control were struggling in terms of farm. Miracle is a 4-position slider. This is where you'd normally see like a Blink Midas. He can't even... One thing, he doesn't have money for a Midas, but for another, it's like he can't get Force. He can't get like a Shadow... You want a Shadow Blade this game so you can actually catch heroes like Ember and Slark with a Shadow Blade initiation. Very difficult for him to find anything. Casual mech for Magnus, that's a surprising pickup, but I imagine he wants the Greaves to get out of the silence from Earth Spirit, or even getting out of like a Searing Chains. So yeah, he's already actually upgraded the Greaves, but it's a bit of an odd way to get out of that.
Oh, they've found GH, Black actually getting the jump onto Kuroki, and he's not going to get away safely. BKB up on Black, allowing him to fight through the song. Again,
an attempted boulder smash from afar, but GH wasn't TPing, he was just going for the safe play. So that is the 10-second BKB, was it? I want to say.
Yeah, that was the first use. So, actually, didn't he use? Yeah, it was the first use. Yeah, it was the first use. Yeah.
We'll see if it secures him Roshan, because they kill Roche at a pretty slow pace with their draft, and Naga illusions will constantly harass. So I don't think they can Roche. Disruptor, short respawn time, and also just not a big kill. Not really a worthy pick-off, but you take it. I guess you're just saying like, my BKB duration in this game doesn't matter so much, but I think Black may have some slight regrets about that, but not the biggest deal. Level 25 approaching for him at a pretty fast rate. We'll be looking at probably the stats. Not the biggest here to be hitting level 25. Not a bad game for the Pounce Leash, but Lifestealer can always rage out of it. Oh, and Abaddon actually already hit level 25. This is such a scary timing. Abaddon in the front lines.
On that shield.
It's 500 HP barrier that you can just constantly reapply.
And again, Black looking for the backlines. Will find Miracle.
Oh, that shield damage is just insane.
He's actually going to get a glimpse back here. They don't have the control though. Black again. It's too slippery for them to deal with straight up.
Trying to bait a BKB, I think, with that glimpse, because he didn't even static storm. Perhaps he was thinking that he might waste a BKB again.
Back and they go. Side, straight onto the Rex. Will get skewed away from his team. No, use the sleep.
Ooh,
I mean, this should secure the Abaddon kill.
They may just let him die.
What's Black's play here?
Yeah.
Yep. He turns.
Sack him.
He runs. You're on your own, Ice.
This is what's going to be the story of this game. The Liquid ability to defend high ground. Magnus, his skewer, the RP potential. Yes, your Abaddon is invincible in ultimate, but Song is being constantly used for it. And I think it's with good reason. You don't need to use the Song as a setup anymore. You've got plenty of stuns to set up Static Storm with the Slider Crush, the Ensnare, the Magnus RP. Use that Song purely to waste the borrowed time.
Black.
That's a gem, so
He's got to be a little wary of this. Miracle and Matuma Man. Are they going to gear up for a pick? Actually looking towards Roshan. And where Faceless lack the power to take it, Liquid can certainly bring him down quickly.
They don't buy back a Batten. I think this is just taken, but also feels like a stage of the game where you may just want to hold that buyback.
Black questioning if he can go for some sort of a play here. Just go for the D ward, and he himself's not going to head towards the pit. Jab's thinking about going in though. Very, very close. Jumps in. Is he going to make it? Dire take Roshan, Matuma Man with the Aegis, and Jab is going to be caught and almost certainly taken down. Can they get him out? They cannot. Liquid will take the kill. And maybe even move forward for more here. Nuts hiding behind that tree.
What a sneaky little depth. Nuts is just such a good support player. His positioning and like map sense and awareness is just insane, but ultimately, great individual play aside, that's a big win for Liquid. Securing Roche, getting the Ember kill, really nicely done. Ember tried to hold his ground and just fight with the Miona. Miona was doing some serious damage there, but ultimately you're not going to win that 1v4, or with a bit of help with the CM freezing field. He came close to killing a life stealer, but game has swung back Liquid's way with that Aegis in hand.
Absolutely, and GH Naga continuing to rise. 32,000 net worth nearly.
Oh, look at this change up. Ice going for the refresher. He wants a second ulti. That's a free Aegis pick. They're not gonna, it doesn't, unlikely to come a second time, but you take that, if you get an Aegis for free, it stops really the high ground push from coming, because now your Lifestealer can't just chip at the high ground with Rage. So nice free Aegis pick, and what?
They managed to cancel the TP here, but the boulder smash is off point. GH a little too speedy there with the flutter.
Yeah, that was a key flutter. But yeah, Ice refresher. This is being picked up entirely as a counter to what we're seeing happen. He's hitting the racks, getting pulled deep into the base, and getting punished because of that. But refresher is essentially the answer to what's killing him. If you Song to stop his ultimate, well, he's going to have a second ultimate. And I like this. It's very unconventional. It's being picked up for such a niche situation, but it's going to work. It's going to solve his problem. No other item is going to do this. Like, he had a Lotus Orb queued up. He had an Octarine Core queued up at one point. The refresher is going to be the item that saves your life. None of those other two items will save your life. You get a shorter cooldown ultimate, doesn't matter. They're going to kill you instantly.
I mean, it's crazy how much farm Ice has. He's on par with Black Slark. That is insane. And considering he's died quite a fair bit as well this game.
It's top CS. He's been the one pushing out lanes more than the Slark's been hunting heroes. Ice has been hunting creeps.
Talking about the man himself, being focused down in by Liquid. There's the first ult.
If they go on him, he's got the refresh already. They've seen it.
They know this. They know that they can't do it a second time. A quick succession of XY wants to fight, jumping forward, jabs as well. Coming from the sidelines, Silas not to do. They jump forward with the burst. Miracle trying to slide his way away. He's not going to make it. They've taken down Miracle. They'll turn towards Matumba, who goes for the rage and the runaway. But again, the slow from this Ice passive, keeping him controlled. Matumba Man's out as well. And again, Faceless fighting the fights, whilst GH, he says, team, can we calm down? I'm trying to win us the game. He split pushes, takes the tier 2, the Naga Siren is everywhere.
I mean, moments like that is why Dota is such a interesting and complex game. An item that you, like Refresher, you just never expect to see in the Batten, or maybe as like a late game lecture round, gets picked up for that situation there. If he doesn't have Refresher, they Song, they blow him up. No way you win a fight without the Abaddon, but they don't jump on him. I mean, Abaddon doesn't have a huge impact on that fight, but the fact he stays alive is the impact he has there. The Lifestealer goes on him, forces the second ultimate, but Lifestealer does no damage.
There we go, GH just buying time. Miracle will be back up in a few seconds.
Okay, yeah, this is just, delaying. Trying to abuse that short cooldown.
Don't have that Static Storm. Can they get them off the racks in time? Miracle will try.
They want to hold the buybacks at this stage. You got
the
Naga.
fortification. They might actually be able to protect these racks. Ice. He wants to stick around and take it, and he will.
God.
Gets the melee racks.
Can
they bring him down? He's got the ult back up. Mind control. Looks like he tried to jump in there, but messed up there with the initial play miracle. Stun onto 2. The racks are gone. Faceless get what they came for, and they'll get themselves back out safely as well.
Good safe siege from them, and I think Liquid definitely not worth using a lifestealer buyback just for that one melee Rex. You're entering that stage of the game where you've got Naga, you've got pretty farmed core heroes. You let a melee Rex go. Buybacks are going to be much more important. If it's mega creeps, yeah, you probably buy back, but for saving one Rax, not worth.
We clear out the shrines, continue to maintain map control. Faceless. Jazz with the Lincolns as well. He's also going to be very slippery and hard for Liquid to catch.
Still can lock him down with the Static Storm as we've seen. I thought he was wondering if he might go for a BKB, just so if he gets caught in a crush or if he gets Song Static Stormed, he does die. And that Lincolns will not help him out against that, so I do feel like BKB is an item you want as an Ember this game.
Black's going to find Matuma. Poke Rage as well with Vice in the neighborhood. Matuma Man does have a team nearby.
Nowhere.
They need to get it quickly. There's the Song.
Is there a Boulder Smash? He's
going to make it out.
that Sleight of Fist attempt. Yeah, XY was just a little bit too far, it looked like.
Could be about to see some interesting plays as well. XY with the gold for the Aghanim Scepter.
Ooh, holding buyback for now. I don't think it's a spell that's received some serious nerfs, the Enchant Remnant, so I haven't really seen the Ags ever like decide games like it used to.
I guess it's nice this game for saving someone from a Static Storm, just stoning them, getting them out.
Oh, the stone, yeah. And you've also
protecting
got
them from the damage.
Geomagnetic Grip you can then use on heroes, which is probably the big part as well.
Yes.
But yeah, the Enchant Remnant, hard to use because of the short cast range if they're sound. Maybe you get an Aether Lens even. Like late game Aether Lens on Earth Spirit is definitely a thing when you've got Ag Scepter. I've seen players like Jarex go for it after the Ags, but
yeah,
we'll
I mean, just things as well, like stoning this guy, making sure he can't sing, could be pretty nice. But yeah, he does have to get himself very close and personal.
Yeah.
And as the Ags pick up, we could see some little plays from XY. I mean, he's certainly been having an impact so far this game. A lot of very, very impressive maneuvers from the Earth Spirit.
Yeah. Definitely feels like that Rax does not change the state of this game. I mean, it's fine not to say Faces are behind. I think this game, considering they've got 3 cores who've scaled well, is still looking alright for them, but
that Naga though.
I think it's more the Naga at 6 slot. I think it's more about the fact now Magnus and Lifesteal have caught up. They were kind of struggling to keep up and farm. They're still a little bit behind, but being 2,000, 3,000 gold behind cores at 25, 30 minutes is bad. Being 3,000 gold behind cores at this stage, 50 minutes in, not a big deal. The farm difference is being reduced.
Oh, Black leading on the front. Is he going to go with a jump in a miracle? Matsuma Man's there to block it. BKB popped by Black. Manning up. Has to be careful, falling very low now with the Shadow Dance, continuing to chase down Matsuma Man. There's going to be a song from GH. He's just out of range. Matsuma Man will manage to run away though. Jabs, now getting the route onto GH. GH trying to play his way out, looks for the TP. Is he going to make it? He is.
What a TP! The balls on GH! Those are some fucking ginormous balls. Like, how does he get out? He just TPs around 4 heroes.
Jabs, can he kill him though?
How did he even knows there's no stuns left? They use Searing Chains, Frostbite, every stun had been used.
Jabs...
It might kill him.
He's got a remnant in a second. Oh, nah, okay, yeah, miracle of control there.
Okay, he's not. He's not willing to risk it. He hasn't got BKB. That.
Oh boy. This Naga. Unkillable. Apart from the 3 times he's died.
Same with that. Unkillable. Point. You know, I've called Ice unkillable a few times, and yeah, he's got a few deaths to his name. With the refresher, he's unkillable. Don't know about that, but.
I mean, yeah, I don't think we've seen him. Have we seen him gone down since he bought the refresher?
No, he hasn't. Yeah. Moonshards kick in. Definitely nice playing this super late game Naga. You can give moonshards to your teammates who it's like, all right, sorry I took all the farm. Here's a moonshard to make up for it.
Well, Matsuma Man has the Heart of Tarask complete here on his lifesteal build. So very tanky indeed with that AC and the amount of HP he has.
Synergizes well with the Empower since it's bonus damage based off your primary attribute. So more strength, more Empower damage. Definitely a nice pickup. And of course, HP, get tanky. But it's nice to be able to go for a super tanky HP like Hard and also get damage out of it, which is a rare case with the Magnus and power.
Roshan not quite up yet. It will be the longer respawn. Size. Come around, won't quite get eyes on Liquid, who were clearing out some of Faceless's half of the map. Orchid picked up for mind control, so again, looking for any extra lockdown they can build into.
They're going to start looking for answers to the late game map Adam, which is the Silver Edge silences. If you Silver Edge him, you silence him, you can potentially kill him. But it seems Ice can probably see that coming. He's got Manta queued up. He could go Lotus Orb. If you get something to get out of silence, you can still get your ultimate off. So the big thing is not getting stunned. If you get stunned, Silver Edged, and silenced, you're dead. I mean, that's 3 things. That's a lot that has to happen, but it's definitely possible. You Static Storm him out of sleep. You Silver Edge him, like he's gonna die because he can't get out of that. So.
Smoke from Liquid. What can they get with this one? Ice, not really the guy you want to be jumping on first. And Black, in fact, heading straight into the mist. He makes a beeline immediately into the center of Liquid, jumps forward onto Kurokin with a BKB pop. He'll take one. Turns towards Matumberman, but the Black Shadow Dance is there, and he'll continue to chase down this Slicer as much as he can. GH, last few seconds off the song, but mind control's been caught. They've got the vision, they'll bring in Black for the kill, and they find themselves a second once again. GH will be able to get out, but Faceless continuing to win the team fights. And Liquid just can't seem to find an opening to get in and initiate them themselves.
It's still Naga, you're still not going to get a lane of racks off of that. It's like we won a team fight, but your team fight win was killing a Magnus, really. I mean, Disruptor dies, but Disruptor's already back alive. The Magnus is really the only big kill you get out of that, and no big ultimates used. Like, the song is used, yes, but it's got like a 30, 40 second cooldown, whatever it is, and it's going to be back up. Yeah, it's already back up. 45 seconds, you're good to go. Magnus will have RP on the high ground defense. And hey, Naga Illusion's pushing top, pushing mid. You can't push out any of these lanes. It is going to be a long, frustrating game for Faceless to win. And similarly for Liquid, they're going to try wear them down. It's going to be a tough one that they're going to have to try and wear down Faceless. Wait for those mistakes, wait for those pickoffs. You've got Slaughter, you've got Magnus, you've got Disrupt, you've got these great team fight catch, and they're going to go through mid to top, trying to force the issue.
They need to do something to stop this. Faceless got away with it mid lane. They're looking to it top. Ice will be grabbed back. There's your first ult, refreshes it, prepping for the second one. May still go down here, taking a lot of the beat down, but Faceless, I guess, buying time for turning up. Now the whole team of Faceless is here.
Yep.
GH.
May have to solve.
He's going to need to solve. Back getting bursted there by Jabs. He's out. And now with the jump in Liquid, they need something big. RP's there. They've brought down Black. That may be enough, taking the Slark out of the fight, but GH having to use the buyback there.
What can they get out of this, though? Slark's dead. Can you get a follow-up kill? Can you get objectives? That's what Liquid are going to be asking themselves. Let's try and force this Slark to buy back. And now it's up to people like Jabs to split push, to cut waves.
I mean, Miracle's desperately trying to chase down Nuts, but he keeps holding him back with the damage, making sure that that Blink Dagger can't come through. Now it finally does. And they will, at the least, bring down the CM.
Yeah.
And does open up the space for Roche. So this, good news for Liquid. Taking down Black. Absolutely essential there in getting this momentum. To find Roche, pick up that Aegis on Matumba, and maybe themselves. I mean, can they got 50 forcing
seconds.
out that buyback would be brilliant.
So a little bit of time to try and do that.
But bottom lane, look who it is, Jabs.
I mean, Naga's pretty good at defending lanes with the 20, 30 second cooldown boot to travel, but it's not just Naga TPing back, so that suggests Liquid are happy with this game slowing down. They're not going to try and force those buybacks. You do put yourself at risk. Like, you get jumped while you're pushing high ground, the buyback comes out, you get team wiped, and suddenly, well, you're in a bad spot. And who was it that got the Aegis?
That's
the thing. Naga doesn't have buyback, so you're in a very risky spot. You can't really give Naga Aegis. She's not a good Aegis carrier. She's 6 slotted.
Yeah,
so
she needs those slots.
Using a Naga buyback hurts a lot at this stage because it is a hero. You can't just chuck an Aegis on to compensate for the lack of buyback. Can start pulling some more moonshards potentially.
BKB picked up on Jabs now as well. So that song potentially going to be played around even more by the two cores of Faceless.
Yep.
As this game 31-20, another long one. We've had a couple of them here in the best of ones. 56 minutes coming up on the clock.
Oh, yeah.
And definitely still with the potential to fall either way this match. Faceless with the overall stronger team that they've managed to amount to. But Liquid relying on the GH Naga that has been able to climb them out of very difficult positions already in the group stages here at DHC.
Yeah, this is about as tough as it gets, but they've held on for now. At this point, you kind of talk about Faceless, like how much stronger can they get? Abaddon's peaking. He's queued up an Octarine, but he's going to have to be juggling items.
Well, silence immediately onto Matuma. The boulder smash as well. Actually managed to clip Miracle as well across the tree line.
It clipped 3.
Oh.
It clipped both heroes across the tree line.
XY setting up the plays here for the Faceless side to finish through. Have they got any way to stop this? They have not. Matuma will be able to get himself back. But again, losing 2. And Faceless ready to push this top lane around. GH has been unable to deal with this pressure on this top lane.
Great support play today. Like the blinding light in the Roche pit earlier today, that boulder smash was absolutely crazy.
Here we go. What's Liquid's answer? They will have KuroKy back, but still 40 seconds without mind control. Oh, sorry, without
Miracle.
Miracle.
On the slider, yeah.
He does have that buyback.
Oh, not asleep during what?
What's that song?
Question mark?
It stuns, but it doesn't silence.
Yeah, but you don't need it. I'm just surprised that he used his ulti there.
Oh, true. That's the question mark. Matuma, focus first, Black. BKB, GH trying to save something with the song, but the rack's falling very, very low. And Faceless will almost certainly take a second melee. They're jumping in. Jabs. Bursting down Matuma. GH. Oh, there's no buyback. There's no buyback.
Dear. What a play from Jabs getting on the back lines. They tried to buy time for this slider respawn.
No Naga for 100 seconds. This is the dream for Faceless.
They may regret just not buying back there. It's just a slider buyback. It's not worth using a double song and getting caught out for that.
I mean, they will force Faceless out of the base for the time being, but they've lost a second full set of racks. And no Naga for 80 seconds. Very dangerous territory.
They want to end this game likely. They only have like the Magnus skewer deep into the base may be the response and the way to hold your high ground.
I mean, if they can survive these 70 seconds, then they could be a 2 minutes and a half for that buyback cooldown. So if they can go past this point, Liquid, they may be okay. But as you said, Faceless
very
surely want to do as much as they can.
Yeah, very hesitant to go high ground though. 55.
They've got a DD and 21 essence chip. It's the dream.
Just backdoor that tier 3. I guess that you're going to fight backdoor protection, but you may as well fight backdoor protection. Yeah, Size is like, come on, guys. Let's do this.
This DD rune is going to make short work on this bottom lane. As Faceless are cleaning up the base of Liquid, Mega Creeps will be out. And Jabs just forcing the side back to the fountain, keeping them away from this push as Black straight onto the tier 4s. 25 seconds without GH, 25 seconds without 40,000 net worth of their team. And with these essence shift stacks and the DD, they're going for the game. Faceless. Can Liquid stop them? They'll hit the RP, bringing Black down low, but is it low enough? It's not. Shadow Dance is there. The buyback from KuroKy. The H is falling. Black is actually looking for kills here. In fact, they're backing away a little bit. Jesus swallowed by mind control. The Static Storm, it will Jabs, but they've lost Matuma. Black comes in onto KuroKy for the second time. Miracle is out and down. Mass buyback is coming out from Liquid. Can they hold? They need something huge. They need GH to be able to force these guys back. He's being rooted, silenced up. Jabs back in. Black as well. The Naga's out. Liquid are going home here from this best of one, and Faceless have done it. They've beaten the GH Naga gods.
Absolutely brutal stuff. Best of one Dota. Faceless pull out a hell of a game, and
goodbye Naga pickers.
You got to feel good if you're Faceless. You've had a rough group stage. You let a lot of